Hello everyone, Wise Guy here, and this is now episode 11, or part 2 of episode 10 of my Logistic pipe tutorial. Basically guys, we set up everything last time to make us basic solar panels. From here, the only thing left is going to be low voltage, medium voltage, high voltage, transformers, panels, and that's going to be it. So there's really not too much left to do other than just a few more crafting tables. But since this is the main part of it here, making solar panels, we're going to need 512 to make one high voltage solar panel. I need to see if the system's going to work without any backlog. So there's my chest. I'm going to put a provider pipe down, or excuse me, a request pipe down on it. And we'll see what happens. So let's just put it here, I guess. Move this out of the way, and we'll just connect everything up, guys. And this is my first time doing it, so I'm very excited to see what happens. Let's hook that up. Now, as soon as I connect this next pipe, our suppliers are going to be supplying all the tables and everything else with items that we use to craft everything. So, for example, I might not even need to request anything. We put a supplier pipe on, this furnace, for example, and this is saying we need 64 pieces of iron. It knows it can craft iron from here, and this is going to be supplying it with 64 iron dust. And iron dust, it knows it can make iron ore to make iron dust, so the suppliers will actively call from the crafting pipes to make every item it needs. So when we hook this up right here, we'll see what happens, guys. And let's go. Okay, here goes the UU matter. And we're going to see items just popping out like crazy. So there goes a bunch of redstone. And this is going to be filling up everything, so it looks like we're filling up to make circuits right now. And we're sending more redstone down to this one to make our batteries. Let's see if we can make this daytime again. There we go. And hopefully we should be supplying this to make constant solar panels, I guess. Let's see, there's still some items moving around down here. So it looks like the iron part, as I was saying, is going to be constantly filling up with iron as long as we have UU matter here. So we can see all of our overflow will go over there, all of our UU matter is still here. So we're just making up a bunch of iron and items and stuff like that right now. And I think, theoretically, we should be making all the things we need to get our panel going over here. So if we open the supplier pipe, we do have everything in there. So that should be requesting stuff. Pretty straightforward. There goes the glass. You can see that's filling up in here. And then we'll start filling up generators and coal dust and all of that stuff too. So let's see, generators aren't going anywhere yet. There goes circuits. There goes some redstone. There's 2 circuits, 3 circuits. So it just takes a little bit longer to build those ones because of everything else that needs to go into it. You can see that we're just pumping through a lot of UU matter right now, guys. Basically, this is going to give us enough to make 64 basic solar panels. And remember, we need 512 of those. If I pull up calculator real quick, 512 divided by 64, so we're going to need 8 stacks of solar panels. So 8 of all of the things you see here. I never have calculator there. Okay, so everything is filling up. Our generators aren't going yet, so that, oh, it looks like we're filling up some items here, so we're just going to need RE batteries, which we're not getting copper cable yet. So let's see what happened there. Where's our copper cable at? Way over here. Copper cable's got everything but the copper. And it looks like we're still filling up more pieces of copper right now too. So there it goes. And we're sending our wire down to the end now too. You can see that going. So there we go, guys. It's all working out. For whatever reason, electronic circuits were probably taking priority. So you can see as soon as these fill up, it's pulling them out. And again, everything will balance out to the end, which is going to be our solar panels. So we're filling out everything we need, and this is all pretty much automated right now. There we go with generators. We still just need the RE batteries. We can stack uncharged RE batteries, so that's a good part there. We just need some dang copper wire to go in over here, guys. Everything else is filling up to a full stack right now. So I'm just moving all this stuff out of my inventory right now because I don't need most of it. I will be needing the UU matter still, of course. and I'll be needing the to make the low voltage and medium voltage transformers, also the high voltage one. And let me go ahead and see what's going on here. So we should be getting more copper cable here to make our batteries. I don't see any coming yet. There goes some copper cable. I think it's dropping into our electronic circuit recipe first. So, let me move that. So eventually, guys, it should be coming over here. We almost got, once we get 64 circuits, I'm sure that's when it will start going into make RE batteries. It's just a priority type thing. So the circuits are before the batteries, so this is probably where all of our copper cables are going. You can see that we still need a lot more refined iron, and we have a lot of extra redstone here as well. So it's still going to make all that iron, and it's also sending iron over to make iron furnaces right now. So it's just one of those things that, whatever the priority system, there goes a bunch of RE batteries now. You can see them going back and forth. So now if we check our solar panel, we should be getting some generators. Alrighty, so there's one piece of refined iron. We need 2 more pieces in our battery. So hopefully this is exciting to watch, guys. I don't know. Having some type of visual bug there, it looks like, with RE batteries shooting up the top. I think we're trying to keep all 16, and for some reason they aren't stacking in this table here. I'm not exactly sure why that would happen, though. So that for sure is requesting 16. So let me figure out if there's any hiccups here, guys, and I will be right back. Alright, guys, so I think I found out what the issue is. As you can see, items are still flowing in here, so I don't mind recording a little bit anyway. We're still trying to get our 64 stacks, so I'm going to kind of let everything settle to where it has 64 of everything. Now I know auto crafting tables are supposed to be able to pull from a chest, so what I did is the RE battery here, I put a chest here instead, and this chest is going to be supplied with everything it needs. So 16 RE batteries, the refined iron, and the generators. Now that hasn't filled up the chest at all yet. We're starting to get refined iron now, so we'll see what happens with this refined iron. I should be pulling it right into the auto crafting table. I don't think there's any issue with that at all. So we'll see all the refined iron come in. We'll start seeing the other items come in as well, the RE batteries and such. So everything's crafted, and I think that's going to set it up. Now you might have to do the same setup for like Lapatron crystals and stuff like that. Again, it's going to be a supplier pipe on the chest itself. I'm going to put partial request to yes here, just to see if we start getting batteries in there as well. So again, I think the issue with batteries is the stacking feature. So a full battery says this little EU thing, and it has a different item ID number. So 30242:1. This is 30239 with no colons. So this is 3 item IDs higher. So I think that might be the issue. Not exactly sure. I mean, this isn't using. Let's see, 30239. Oh, okay. I think that's my issue. There. We put that there. See, these ones don't have the EU when they're stacked. That's the strangest thing. Do you see how these won't stack together? So I think that's what the issue is. Basically, the tooltip only comes on these after you put it in the auto crafting table. So the issue is trying to see if you can get this in there without that tooltip. So let's try putting, I don't even know, maybe we can put, these won't even stack with each other now. They're both drained. So it's a very strange bug. Let's try putting 14, there we go. So that works that way. But now it has a tooltip again. So it's just something weird with that. That's what our issue is. See, it perfectly fine. It's crafting. It's pulling the iron from here to craft. So just a matter of the battery not matching the ID. Maybe if I output one with the EU showing. There we go. So that should fix everything. Now that we're outputting one with the EU showing, right here, that should fix our issue here as well. we actually need to make sure we're also supplying 16 that has the EU showing. There we go. So now this is supplying the 16 with the EU. That should fix our issue, and we'll see what happens now. This pipe should constantly have that set up correctly. So we're using RE batteries with EU showing, RE batteries with EU showing, and we're able to craft RE batteries with EU showing. And this output here doesn't matter because we're saying that the output is RE batteries with EU showing. And these don't matter at all. Correct. So let me double check what we're doing over here with UU and make sure we're doing all right. Our chest is getting pretty low because of all the stuff going on. We have a lot of extra batteries in here that do not have EU showing. Now, if I place one of those, now how weird is that? So I think the last issue is that the actual crafting of these is setting these, I think the actual crafting of these is setting the RE battery to not show the EU. So even though right here I'm saying the output is the one with EU, this one here is saying it outputs a regular one, and those aren't changing to the EU ones. So let's see if I can do that. It's not changing that for some reason. There. So that's all fine and dandy, but I think that's what our issue is that output right there is not working for me. Because when I put these in, they work perfectly fine. And we get generators, and then our generators are making panels. And we'll probably see panels, not in our request test here, but we can request them. Let's do 128 solar panels. It said successful. Let's do another 128. 128, and we'll just see what happens with all of that. Now, hopefully everything will get requested the right way. But again, guys, this is my first time doing that. I know I'm seeing a lot of UU matter going through right now. I wish there was just a way to easily fill up this whole chest with UU matter without having to manually go through and add all of it in. But we're still doing okay there. I think the issue is really just the battery part of it. The ones that are charged versus the ones that are not charged. And that's what's causing my issues. The cool thing is we have these overflows here. So some of these items can be thrown right back in. So we have 33 generators here. Why they're not being pushed into the supplier pipe for the regular solar panel, I'm not exactly sure. This is just worrying me here and here that those aren't working the proper way with everything. We're supplying ones with EU showing. We have EU ones being in the crafting pipe. We output one with a generator without these things. And here we're saying that we're outputting ones with EU showing. So again, I'm not sure what the issue is. It has to be something with the RE batteries themselves. And for now, guys, I think that's going to have to cut the episode. So this is part 2. And we'll see if we can add on to this video if I find a fix before this video airs. Otherwise, that's going to be a good wrapping up point. And please give me comments if you can figure out how to fix that bug. Okay, guys, so I actually figured out what the issue was here. Basically, the issue is, if you look, RE batteries from IC2 have a couple issues. First one being that when they're produced, and don't mind the items here, guys, I just stopped at mid request, so that's why it messed up. But if you look here, there's no tag underneath here. So it says RE battery 302239. There's nothing else on there. Now, if you look at the auto crafting table for the generator, when you put an RE battery in here, it gives a EU tag on there, and that makes it seem like a different item, even though it's the same ID. So the fix for that is to make sure that the crafting pipe has the RE battery without the EU tag on a satellite. And we're going to put the satellite pipe on a chest behind the system. So I put the satellite pipe right here, ID 1, and the chest is being supplied with RE batteries without the EU tick on it, and it's also being supplied with the iron and the iron furnace. So the auto crafting table is still pulling from the chest automatically. The chest is being supplied still, and then the satellite pipe just basically allows us to recognize that this chest has the items to meet that requirement for the satellite here of the RE battery, and that'll get pulled in correctly. So I did this earlier, and I started requesting a bunch of solar panels, and it worked fine. That's why there's a bunch of material here. So all I have to do, guys, is just connect the pipe at the end here, and we'll see everything go back to work. I also refilled our UU matter chest here, just to make sure. And here we go. We'll start seeing UU matter flowing out. There's also some other items that were in the other chest here for overflow. You can see a bunch of batteries and circuits were put in here before too. So those are all flowing out and helping out the system some. Let me get down to the very end. Very end of everything here. Now there's nothing that's going to pull the solar panel out. So this table will eventually fill up with everything it needs. Let me make it noon. So this table is going to fill up with everything it needs, but nothing's pulling these solar panels out right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smack our request pipe here. And we know we need 512 solar panels to make one high voltage. So let's just pull a little more than a stack. Let's pull 74. And when I request 74, we're going to see the ones that it already had queued up there go first, but the rest of it will go ahead and work now. So we got 9 there already. That's what it had materials for, I guess. So it needs more glass to make any more. But we're going to start seeing generators pop out of here, which is the part that we were having issues with last time, if you remember. So again, the materials are flooding into the chest before, and there goes a few generators right here, guys. You can see it in this pipe. Right here, they come out, and they shoot up the side. You'll see some more come in just a second. Getting all those circuits over there right now, all the glass over, and more solar panels are coming out. So a generator just came out. It's hard to see because there's so many items flowing through right now. Definitely going to use a lot of RAM here, guys. If you're going to be doing this, make sure that you're not going to crash your server or something first. You might want to check with someone. If you're doing it on single player like I am for fun, then you should be fine. So honestly, this isn't too bad. It's fairly compact. If you think that we can make this, you know, maybe 5 or 6 blocks of crafting tables and machines, and then we can just go deeper instead of doing a straight line like this. This was just a little bit easier. It's definitely not super fast right now because we don't have a way to pull out UU matter any faster than what we're doing. But you can see that we already have our stack plus 8. We need, I thought I said 10 more than a stack, so I think we're going to be doing a couple more. If not, then all of this is just filling up basically to keep everything moving. You saw those batteries going right now. They went to the chest. They're going to start crafting things. I think we're waiting on refined iron. And if we look at these machines, they should all be doing good too on charging up and everything too. So heat's 100%. So we're definitely cooking through almost faster than we can keep up with the iron here. So we're definitely cooking through as fast as possible. Now ways to increase the speed would be to have more induction furnaces or more macerators and things like that for each item. But that might also confuse the system, so I don't want to do that. But basically, guys, here we go. Here's our 74 panels. So it is working now, and we're ready for the next part of the build. Alright, guys, so now we need a low voltage solar panel setup. So those are right here, and we can make those by 8 solar panels surrounded by a low voltage transformer. So I'm going to go ahead and break our little request setup here because we aren't going to use that now. And I'm going to get rid of the panels I do currently have. And we need a low voltage transformer first. We already had the panels, so low voltage transformer, if you look at the recipe, 3 pieces of copper, 4 planks, and 2 pieces of copper cable. So that's not too bad. We already have most of this stuff here. So we can put a chest down, or excuse me, an auto crafting table down with a supplier pipe. We're going to open the interface up here. And on this one here, actually, you know what? We're going to need the UU recipe for planks first. So we'll put a crafting pipe down instead. Now, I believe there is a crafting recipe for just logs or just planks, so I have to look that up. It'll be just 1 minute, guys. Alright guys, so we're going to actually need 2 tables. There's a recipe right here, 1 UU matter equals 8 wood. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to do the plank recipe. And then we can actually make our low voltage transformer because we already have everything else built. So it's pretty easy from here. Let's go ahead and open this up. 1 piece equals 8 wood. And if we go ahead and, we shouldn't have had those. Let me take that out just so I can get some. 1 piece equals 8 wood. We're going to open this crafting pipe up, import the setting, open this crafting pipe up. It doesn't have a setting yet, of course, because I haven't put this in yet. So 2 logs equals, or excuse me, 1 log equals 4 planks. I was thinking stick recipe for a minute there. Import this one, and we're going to put our signs on top because we like our pretty little signs. Alrighty, so we're making planks. Now we just need to make our actual low voltage solar panel, and I'm going to go ahead and put this one right here. We're going to put a supplier pipe on top, and the reason why is it's multiple recipes. We're going to put the crafting pipe on the side, and a basic logistic pipe to connect them. When we open up this crafting pipes interface, we're going to put nothing for the input, but it's going to have low voltage solar, or excuse me, low voltage transformer as the output. That'll be right here. Okay. Now the recipe for this, 3 pieces of copper, 4 planks, 2 copper cable. So not too bad. We'll get the copper cable. And I just messed up. I right-clicked there by accident. So we'll get the copper in the copper cable, and then we'll get the 4 planks. Right-clicking makes the usage portion instead, which did not work for what I intended. So sorry for the delay there, guys. And I think I might have right-clicked twice because now it's syncing again. Again, I apologize for that, guys, for this little bit of wait. Okay. So now that we have this, we'll go ahead and get the copper cable, we'll get the copper that we need, and we'll get the planks we need as well. Do that. Planks. Now remember we used oak wood for the logs because they were just basic logs. In the auto crafting table, 4 pieces of plank, 3 pieces of copper, and 2 copper wire. Alrighty, now we just got to set up the supplier. So copper wire, copper wire. Now I didn't disconnect that pipe at the beginning, so we might see items starting to fly in here actually before we're ready for them, but that's not going to be an issue. It just means that we're ready for when we get started on low voltage as well. Alrighty, so there's our setup. We have low voltage, and now we can go ahead and make low voltage solar panels by just taking a low voltage transformer and hooking it up with 8 panels. So guys, that's as simple as a auto crafting table again with another supplier and crafting table setup. And why? Because we're using multiple items. And with multiple items, they just get confused sometimes. So crafting pipe, put a basic on top, open the interface. This is going to give us a low voltage. Open the interface with a wrench, not with dirt. This will give us our low voltage solar panel, which is right. See, I'm going to need a stack of those. Low voltage solar panel is right around here. Where'd it go? There it is. And I'll need the mediums as well, and I'll need high voltage, so I might as well do that. And I might as well grab these while I'm here. Alrighty, so we're going to get 1 low voltage for this. We're going to stack of regular panels as well. Right here we take 8 regular panels. We put a low voltage transformer in the middle. That gives us our low voltage solar array. So when we go here, we want to have 64. And this will also be 64. This is 64. And I'm actually going to do it this way because this way I can just click it this way. Very, very easy. There we go. So we're going to keep a constant supply of 64 transformers in here, which are being made very, very quickly, and a constant supply of 64 solar panels, which are going to take a little bit longer to make. And that will give us our low voltage solar panel. Now guys, we're just going to make a medium voltage transformer and a high voltage. So medium voltage is pretty simple. Look at the recipe right here. You're going to need a machine block, 2 times gold cable. So machine block, first of all, is just 8 refined iron, which we already have refined iron in our network. So we'll go ahead and do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 makes us a machine block. Now we can put a regular crafting pipe on here because it's only one item in the recipe. Put this down here, put this here, and now I just need to open up my interface and import. Alrighty, we have machine blocks. Now the next step is going to be the gold insulated cable. Now I don't think we have a recipe for gold yet, but basically gold insulated cable is just going to use the gold wire with cable, and it's 2 times, and you can actually make this a pretty compact setup to get to the 2 times cable. When I first did it, I thought it was going to be a little bit more complex, but it's not that bad. So we'll go ahead and do the gold first. So UU matter recipe for gold. We'll have to look it up real quick. And gold is right here. So a little cross. UU matter cross. Get 2 gold ore for that. So that means I'm going to have to macerate that ore, which will just be a nice little fun setup for us, won't it? We know how to do this now. Import that, put a sign on it, and I'm going to change the time. We'll be right back. And guys, I checked the time. I actually need to wrap this up, and we'll be making a second episode to continue and finish off the build. So thank you again for watching, and come back tomorrow. We'll finish up to make our high voltage panels.